Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But, so, here is the tarp. And I've had this tarp for a while now. And once I get it hung up, I will actually show you more about it. There's a lot of features on this one. So, look at that bad boy in the wind. Ooh, buddy. This isn't for all you, hammockers or campers that like to be stealth, that's for sure. So, like I said, this was made by the Outdoorsman Outfitters, a USA company. The guy's name is Avery. He will build you anything you want. And I believe this print is called Adirondack Hex Cam. And on the ends I have, or for my lines, I have this this line I found from Amazon. Let me make sure you can see it in the video. I had Dyneema cord, but on the ends of all the tie-out points, I have Beastie D's, and on my first tarp, I had line lock 3s, but the line locks kept slipping for some reason. I'm guessing the Dyneema was too small. So with this, it works a lot better. And what I have on this tarp is these titanium hooks from Alienware. And I love these hooks, they're great. So let me actually get this stake down so it stops blowing around so much. So I'm going to move this stake to about here. I'm gonna make sure that it's in frame, and it is. Going to leave this end hooked, pull this tight, and pop it in. And with that size cord, it holds very well. They're very lightweight. I highly recommend those Loop Alien pieces. I forgot the name of them, but they work great. They work way better than the line lock 3s. So yeah. Alright. So let me walk you around the tarp now. That's a little better staked out. So what we have is, up top, we have I believe it's a French seam, where it's all one piece of grosgrain ribbon, and then it comes up and back around, and it makes it super secure. And instead of it being like two pieces of grosgrain, it's actually one piece folded over and brought up this way. so it's very secure. I know it's hard to see because of how terrible this this tarp is staked out, but that's a 14-foot tarp with cat cuts in it. It also has doors, so if I wanted to batten down the hatches, I could, and they're cam snapped, so they're very easy to do, even one-handed while I'm holding the camera. And what a lot of companies don't do is go all the way to the top. And this is going to look kind of funny because what I should have did was close the doors and then staked it out. I found that works the best with, tensioning the doors and everything. But what's great about how Avery does it is he takes the cam snaps from the bottom all the way to the top. So, you'll actually get completely covered in, and if you need to release one of the snaps to put your hammock straps, go for it. Now, also I had mentioned that this has Beastie D's on it. The reason why, I'm sure a lot of you already know, it's because this tarp actually has a pole mod. Well, not only does it have the pole mod, it also has side panel pull-outs. I know they're kind of hard to see. And on the side panels, I have Beastie D's and line locks, which I'm probably going to just take my Leatherman and just cut the line locks off, because honestly, I bought extra of the Loop Aliens and I just prefer to use them. And here's some more back here, same thing, Beastie D and slide locks. Now let's go inside. Also, like most, I can't comment on that, but Avery gives, a warranty that if anything happens, he will take care of it. But on the inside, here's where, my pole mod would connect. So here's a little D-ring, not a D-ring, just a little steel ring. And you can't see it, but a little clip piece, kind of like what's right here. See how it has that little plastic clip? Move thumb. And it clips into the pole mod. And then in the middle, I have a separate Beastie D, so if I wanted to hang a lantern or whatever, I could. I can also use these rings. There's one on this end and one on this end to make a makeshift ridgeline inside. And so this is, this was actually my first ever completely customized piece of gear that I ordered. And I have to tell you, working with Avery was so easy. If I had any questions, he would tell me to call him. He called me multiple times just to make sure that he had, we had open lines of communication. And yeah, I know there's a lot of, cottage vendors out there, and I'm not saying that, one is better than another, because so far every cottage vendor I've worked with has been so great. You know, I got things from Trailhead's Hammocks. That's actually where this came from. John's a great guy. I got you know, pieces of gear from Myers Tech. I have, you know, the Myers Tech loops, and he made me this Dyneema stake bag and these ultralight suspension. I have, you know, a whole bunch more Myers Tech stuff. And then I got a bunch of stuff from Dutch. Also, I, you know, have stuff from Anna Marie. I think it's Autumn Ultralight. And they're all, you know, super great people. So I definitely recommend going to a cottage vendor if you're in need of hammock gear, or you know, a tarp, underquilt, overquilt. I'm sure they can do sleeping bags, you know. And I know it's super windy, but what I'm going to do is pause the video, set my phone back on the stand, and show you the pole mod. Here is something you will be seeing reviewed on the channel soon. This is the Ridge Pinnacle hammock with the modifications from Myers Tech and a stuff sack from Myers Tech. But real fast, let me show you how it looks with this under there. Alright, so I did lift the one side up a little bit. Side note, my titanium wire just came in the mail. So I'm going to try and start anodizing knives. This will be my first project. It is the, can you see that? Yeah. The 0562 CF. There we go. So yeah, that'll be my first project. Anyway, it's not what the video's about. So I know I did all the whole talking about, you know, cottage vendors and everything. But I also get, there's some people that can't afford to get something from a cottage vendor. Or they just want something extra, like I did. So I want to say I have about $70 to $80 in this hammock. And that's for everything. The what are they called? I don't know. I can't think of the name. But the Dyneema loops, the ridge line, and the stuff sack, and including the hammock. And you know, the hammock unzips, I guess, at that end. The only bad thing, or the only thing I don't like, is it only has 2 zippers. So where, you know, if you get a cottage hammock, you'll have 4 zippers, so that way you can unzip from either side. But it also comes with the little, you know, the little peak shelf. No, that's not it neither. Ridgeline organizer. There we go. You know, it has your quilt hooks, your tie-out hooks. So, like I said, $70, $80. You know, it's hard to beat, but this video is about the tarp. I'm sorry. Avery, if you do watch this video, please don't be upset. But this is my best piece of gear I have. This is the piece of gear that I am most excited about. And I'm not going to do it because it's starting to rain. But what's good is, say I was backpacking somewhere and I didn't have trees. Well, I could take this just how it is, unclip it from up there, and put it on the ground, and it would work just as a tent. I would have to, you know, stake the corners instead of staking the lines. I would just stake the corners. And if anybody's interested in that video, leave it in the comments, and I will do a video on that. That is one of the great things why Avery put these clips in there. I mean, I'm sure there's other features why, but you know, you can also use it for that too. And I'll also do, well, you can see how much room is in here with that hammock. I mean, honestly, I could probably fit 3 hammocks in here. But 90% of the time when I go backpacking, I take my War Bonnet Ridge Runner. And I like to be able to come under here and have all my gear under here, all my, you know, stove, whatever I need. I like it to, if I want to do it, to be here, I can do it. And the last backpacking trip I went on, it ended up raining and snowing. So, we stayed under the tarps a lot because, you know, who wants to get wet? So, having this bad boy out there would have been better. I was lucky. I did have a Outdoorsman Outfitters tarp, and if you're curious to see what tarp that was, my good friend Doug Wilson, the owner of Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex, he talks about that tarp and how nice it is in one of his backpacking videos that we were on together. So if you're needing gear, please go check out Avery. He's a great person to work with, and I promise you, you will be happy. So, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that this video was so long, but I think it's worth it, especially if you're in need of something like this or wanting something custom. Him and a friend of mine might even be working on something together. So, thank you for watching. God bless you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I will answer them any way I can. Thank you all. God bless yous.